Hi, I'm Simon Thomas. In this edition of eMarketing News, we interview Paul MacDonald about the marketing of Marketing Week Live. We examine the DMA's concerns over SMS spamming, and we show you some novel ways to present your marketing videos. But first, we take a close look at the increasing uses of QR codes within the marketing industry. You may have noticed black symbols like this one here, showing up on billboards and other marketing materials in recent months. These 2D barcodes are known as QR codes, or quick response codes, and are gaining in popularity thanks to the recent explosion of smartphones among consumers. QR code usage is still relatively new, so now is the perfect time for companies to get in on the trend. It will help attract new customers and further establish your company as cutting edge. Now, if you are new to QR codes, here's an explanation of the process, as well as some specific ways you can use the QR codes to promote your business. When smartphone users download QR code apps, which is quick and absolutely free, they're able to scan these codes which immediately execute an action. This could take the user directly to your website, display your business contact information, download a voucher or coupon, take them to your Facebook, LinkedIn or Twitter page, or even play your marketing video. Others are also using the codes to build their email marketing database. The apps that are required to scan and read the QR codes have been developed to work with BlackBerry, iPhone and Android phones and can be downloaded from these websites. Creating the QR codes is also free, thanks to websites like qrstuff.com. The services are quick and free, making it simple for you to test the concept to see how it works for your business without having to make a large investment. QR codes allow companies to engage their current and potential customers, and the potential QR code user base is growing. Smartphone users are an appealing group to bring into your customer base. Here are just a few of the many ways you can start utilising QR codes to promote your business and attract new customers. Firstly, you can include a QR code on your business card that allows customers to save your company's contact information directly on their phone. The Online TV Group have taken this several steps further by offering a unique service called QR on TV. Quite simply, when your business card is scanned, your video profiles will play on their smartphone, allowing you to pitch your company, products and services directly to the prospect. The same application can be used on brochures, billboards and direct mail pieces, and even on in-store product labels, so shoppers can invoke a video shop assistant if they are interested in a particular product. For the consumer, QR on TV will put your personal QR codes on T-shirts, so interested parties can scan you at nightclubs. If you want to find out how to get the most out of QR codes, call the Online TV Group and ask them about QR on TV. Miriam will now show you a novel way to present your promotional videos.
Are you looking for a new and innovative way to present your video content? Well, here's one example that we're sure will impress you: the video flyer. The video flyer is the perfect fusion of video and print, a brochure that, when opened, will play your video and immediately engage the recipient. Imagine the impact a video flyer can have on your key prospects and clients, especially if the welcoming video mentions them by name. Within this brochure is a thin LCD screen which can either be 3, 3.5 or 4.3 inches in diameter, the 4.3-inch version being widescreen. There's also a rechargeable battery, PCB, 512GB flash memory, push buttons, a USB port and a speaker. The flash memory can hold up to 40 minutes of video content, and it can be accessed at any time using a USB cable. So you can change the videos whenever you need to, or even load on an introductory video to directly address the recipient by name. That's personalised marketing at its best. The screen can be turned on at the push of a button, or the video can launch automatically when the video flyer is opened. You can have one video or a number of videos that can be selected by these buttons or through an on-screen menu. The USB cable can also be used to recharge the internal battery. The video flyer is the perfect tool for carefully targeted marketing campaigns to select groups of clients or prospects, but don't just think of it as a marketing tool. The video flyers are also used to present training programs, and this is a prototype that's being developed by one training organisation. They make great video guides and souvenirs for major tourist areas, historical sites and attractions. They can be produced as complete induction programs or as the perfect way to present your company's annual results or other important reports or surveys. Its use is really only limited by your imagination. If you'd like more information about the video flyer, Call the online video group now on the number below, or take a moment to complete the inquiry form. Oh, and before you go, here's another great idea, the video business card. This is simply a credit card shaped USB that can hold up to 4 gigabytes of video, just about the same capacity as a DVD. The client just inserts it into the USB port of their computer, and it will either play your video, load a presentation, or launch your website. Just hand one of these to a prospect or someone you want to network with, and you can tell them that absolutely everything they need to know about you and your company is on your business card. Price lists for both of these products can be downloaded from the downloadable media tab below.
Earlier, Miriam spoke to Paul MacDonald at Marketing Week Live. We were curious to find out how they went about marketing this year's show, with the entire marketing industry looking on.
Today I'm joined by Paul MacDonald from Marketing Week Live. Welcome, Paul. It's great to have you with us.
Hello.
And you're obviously running the biggest marketing event in the UK, Marketing Week Live.
That's right, yeah.
So I'm intrigued by a couple of things. First of all, as a marketeer, how do you market a marketing event to marketeers?
Well, it's a very good question, and it's the biggest challenge we face because we have to market to, like you say, marketeers, retail marketeers, brand managers, comms directors.
Yeah. And they know all the tricks in the book.
They know all the tricks in the book, and we're also trying to attract, senior people from big global brands.
Yes.
So our messaging and our methodologies of getting that over has to be spot on. It's a big challenge, but one we accept with gusto.
So how have you risen to that challenge? What are some of the things you're doing to make this the go-to marketing event?
Well, there's a whole plethora of stuff. I think, importantly, you need to get the basics of marketing an exhibition or any live event right from the outset. So, do you understand your market? Do you understand the visitors? My marketing teams are very close to the visitors. So, I always think if you can understand what keeps them awake at night, what will help them earn their bonus, and then put that into a live event format, you'll do pretty well in getting those people to visit the show. So I think it goes back right to the start of, like any form of marketing, understand your customer. And then once you've done that, you have to do the basics correct. So, your data, your messaging, and the execution. And then you get into the exciting bit about how do we prove to the marketing community that we're head and shoulders above our competitors, and we are trying to push boundaries. And we've been doing that this year by integrating ambient and experiential marketing tactics within our traditional campaign, and obviously trying to harness the power of social media, which of course everybody's doing.
So, Paul, there's obviously been quite a strong social media aspect to do with your marketing of this event. And you've chosen to use Twitter, Facebook and LinkedIn as your 3 key platforms, is that correct?
That's right, yes.
Can you tell us some of the things that you've been doing on those platforms which maybe have been a little bit innovative or interesting that you'd like to share with us?
Well, Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn have all been used to obviously get the message out there, put sort of topics out for conversation. Obviously, we're in a really privileged position. The company I work for, Centaur, also publishes Marketing Week, Creative Review, Data Strategy. We've got a plethora of websites for the creative and marketing community. So we've got a lot of content out there to stimulate discussion. And I think it's quite interesting to put a couple of controversial tweets or posts on Facebook and see what happens, and really then say to them, okay, you're really engaging in an interesting conversation, get yourselves down to the show and continue this face to face and with suppliers.
Creating that element of engagement is obviously being key for you.
Yeah.
But just tell me, lots of big businesses don't allow their workers, their staff, to use social media platforms during their working day.
Yeah.
So how have you got around that issue? What have you done that's made people want to use this during their free time?
Again, it's about positioning the platform as integral to business. Right. And it's really interesting because even in my own office, we have been reluctant. You could get onto Facebook during lunch hours, okay? And in my team, I've said, okay, you need to have access to Facebook all the time, to LinkedIn and to Twitter. And really interesting, some of my sales and marketing teams will go to meetings in London. By the time they've come back, they've got an invitation on LinkedIn from the people they've just seen. It happens that quickly. Absolutely. So it depends. Are you engaged with the potential and the benefit that social media can give you? And do you trust your staff?
So just tell us a little bit about the best engagement technique you've used to market your show using these 3 big social media platforms.
Well, using Twitter, which is really exciting, is engaging them with the other elements of the campaign. So it's about saying, have you seen some of our guerrilla marketing come in? If you take a picture of some of the guerrilla marketing which is happening around London, then tweet us a picture and you can win an iPad too. There's various sort of motivation and incentive elements that you can add into the social media of Twitter. So that's really how we've been doing it. And going back to the role of the agency, making sure that they know everything that's going on, and a number of times a day, and picking up on news from The Economist, picking up on news from the FT, and taking that and spinning it with a marketing angle.
So you've talked about the importance of running a truly integrated campaign, but as you're seeing these pre-registrations come through, surely there's a winner out there. One of the social media platforms or one of the campaigns is leaving a bigger footprint than the others. What's been really effective?
It is email.
Okay.
In the olden days, we still use direct mail and we still send a lot of pieces of paper through the post to people. But some of the tools that we were using 5 years ago, when we used to do trace to source, so we would know when we got a ticket returned or a fax with a code on it, I knew that went out in that batch to those groups of people. You don't do this anymore because all of your traditional DM is driving people online. And of course, as soon as they go online, then you lose where their trace to source is. But the communication tool that has the biggest impact, and you see the spike in the graphs which make people register, is our email. So HTML or bland text emails.
Interesting. And then once they've registered, are you finding that you can track how they're engaging with the pre-event information? So are they using Twitter more? Are they using the Facebook pages more? Is there any way that you're tracking that?
We tend to do that after the show, to be fair, because in the few weeks running up to the show, you don't, if I'm honest, have a great deal of time for analysis, and everything's, the mechanics are happening. But you can most certainly see when someone has pre-registered, then how long they spend on the site and what pages they go to. And one of the very interesting things we have seen this year is that the average time spent per user on our website has gone through the roof. And the reason, I think the reason it's gone through the roof is because there's more content there.
And more engagement. I think you've talked a lot about the engagement as well.
Yeah, so hopefully you've got them excited as well, using various means. And we launched our mobile website a couple of weeks ago, and we specifically sent the email at 5:30 saying to them, you're probably on the train, you've had a hard day, you probably haven't had time to look at Marketing Week Live, have a look at our mobile site while you're sat on the train. So stuff like that to engage with them at every single opportunity, and then once they invest their time at looking at a website, they see inspirational content, brands and value.
Great to have you with us, Paul. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Now, mobile phone owners plagued by SMS spam are in the dark as to how to deal with it and who to complain to, new research has revealed. Findings of the study conducted by the DMA and Toluna Quick Surveys highlight that 43% of UK mobile phone owners have received one or more SMS spam messages regarding accident claims, debt management or the mis-selling of personal protection insurance. Confusion reigns, though, as to who they turn to when they want to make a complaint. A massive 46% say they have no idea who they would complain to. Mike Lawden of the DMA says that there is a large grey area with regards to which public regulator has responsibility for taking action against spam. Lawden has called upon Ofcom, Ministry of Justice, Information Commissioner's Office and Office of Fair Trading to decide who will be taking action for tackling the problem. Well, that's all for this month's edition of eMarketing News. If you have some news that you would like to include in the next edition, then call us on 0208 8500 204 or email your press release to editorial@emarketingnews.tv.